This is contemporaneous notes from Rotama Nursing Home, Corpus Christi. Yesterday I was going to file a complaint in a meeting where the ombudsman was supposed to show up, Nelda Barrera or Christina, and no ombudsman showed up. And the two people I was going to file a complaint against were invited to the meeting. And I asked to speak without them there, and then Connie said, well, somebody else invited them. Anyway, the issue arises from being able to have my Bill of Rights observed, especially the number 3 or so top rights, my right to liberty, life, and the pursuit of happiness. And after 2 years of being locked in a fifth wheel trailer because of COVID-19, I lost my ability to walk. And so I kind of take that seriously because the lockdown caused me my ability, it put me in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Anyway, for 2 years at this facility, they had smoking freely during the hours it was open, and anybody could go out during those hours. And then new rules were changed, and nobody would say why. They were capricious and arbitrary rule adjustments that were changed to just a half hour at 9, a half hour at 11, half hour at 2, half hour at 4, and at 6:30 a half hour. And then, after I filed a complaint, they lied. They said, no, it's been an hour at 9, an hour at 11, an hour at 2, an hour at 4, and an hour at 6:30. And they just made up, like the book 1984 rewrote history. Anyway, I asked for Nelda Barrera to come, and I asked for, and they said that a ombudsman was coming, and the ombudsman didn't show up. And then, so the social worker, after I explained a great ordeal I've been through, including being arrested for walking while sober in Port Aransas, but they thought I was drunk because I was disabled, and threw me in the drunk tank with a .02 breathalyzer, carrying a bag of hospital bills showing I just had a stroke. Anyway, the first time I've ever arrested in my life, just walking down the street while disabled, and the police knew I was disabled. And then my no longer being able to have my small business as a photographer open because of COVID-19, but Walmarts were open, and people who had been considered essential workers were allowed to go to work. Like people at hospitals or healthcare facilities, they thought they were the heroes. And while everybody else had to lose their business and their liberty. You couldn't go to church in Corpus Christi. You couldn't go to the beach. You couldn't fish off the back of your own truck. You couldn't go paddleboarding on the ocean. They would arrest you if you had a summer home in Port Aransas and you lived in San Antonio. If you came down to Port Aransas, they wouldn't let you come to your own residence. Anyway, because of that and all the other arbitrary rules because of COVID-19, when somebody says that the rules are changing and your freedom is being reduced, all kinds of bells and whistles go off naturally from my brain. And I'm like, uh-oh, new rules. You know, the new normal is going to get changed where you can no longer go outside and get vitamin D, fresh air, and listen to your phone and podcast you don't necessarily want everybody in a nursing home to hear. I listen to podcasts about the war and COVID-19 and hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and what damages that cause. Some people may consider it conspiracy theory, but I don't. Anyway, I don't want to have to listen to that in a room full of old, retired people that have been vaccinated and boosted and boosted and boosted. I don't want them to think that they're about to die of something that they were forced to take. I want to be able to do that outside where nobody else has to hear it. Anyway, that's my contemporaneous notes for today.